Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video today, and today I'm going to be doing a NBA mock draft, 2023 NBA mock draft 2.0, and I'm really excited to do this today as it's NBA draft week. Today's Tuesday, NBA draft is Thursday. We're 2 days away, and I'm really excited. I'm going to do a final NBA mock draft on either Wednesday night or Thursday morning, but today I'm going to be doing an NBA mock draft 2.0, and with trades as well. And this is gonna be a crazy draft this year. I have so many trades going on in this draft. Let's get started. I'm really excited to do this though. So with pick 1, I have the Spurs drafting Cam Whitmore. No, I'm just kidding. With the first overall pick, of course the Spurs are gonna take. Wemby. So Victor Wembanyama goes to the Spurs at pick 1. Even at pick 2 with the Charlotte Hornets, even though there's been questions, there's been questions about how Charlotte loves Brandon Miller. Even though all that, we hear all that stuff, I think the Hornets still take Scoot Henderson at 2. Had an unbelievable season with the G League Ignite this season, averaging 21.1 points per game and 6 rebounds per game and 7 assists per game and 1.5 steals per game, and was just amazing for the G League Ignite this year. And if Wemby's not in this draft, he's for sure going number 1 overall. Scoot Henderson is the real deal. I think he's going to be a hell of a point guard, and that duo of him and LaMelo Ball is going to be very scary. And then I feel like the Blazers are going to trade the pick at 3. We heard some new rumors today that Damian Lillard prefers the pick to be traded at 3, but I don't think the Blazers are going to be able to find a trade partner. And I think the Blazers are going to end up drafting Brandon Miller with the 3rd overall pick. I don't know how Dame's going to feel about this, but I do know if Shaedon Sharpe turns into what he's supposed to be, even if Dame somehow leaves at some point, Shaedon Sharpe and Brandon Miller together, as a scoring duo, and those two guys playing together, that's going to be nice seeing Brandon Miller and Shaedon Sharpe. Those two guys on the court together for the Blazers, that right there, now that's a really good young core roster. Getting your team around your team, your two biggest guys being Brandon Miller and Shaedon Sharpe if Damian were to leave. So Brandon Miller would go to the Blazers at 3, and then my Houston Rockets with the 4th overall pick. There's speculation the Rockets might trade this pick, but I think the Rockets are going to pick in their guy that they like a lot, Amen Thompson, at pick 4, and then so that is it for the Rockets getting Amen Thompson. Really, really athletic. I think you worry about his shooting, but he's a great defender. You want to get better at defense. He's a great defender. Him and Jalen Green athletically is going to be just unbelievable to watch. It's going to be hard to guard as well with how athletic both of those guys are. And it's going to be amazing to see Amen Thompson and Jalen Green on the court together. And then I have a trade at pick 5. I have the Detroit Pistons trading down to 9 with the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz trading pick 9, pick 28, and Rudy Gay to the Pistons Let me start over again. I think I said it wrong. So I have the Jazz trading pick 9, pick 28, and Rudy Gay for pick 5. And with the 5th overall pick, the Jazz get the guy that they want most, Anthony Black from Arkansas, who averaged 13 points per game this year with Arkansas, 5 rebounds per game. Amazing three-point shooter, amazing defender, and that's the guy that the Utah Jazz want with their pick this year. So I have the Jazz picking Anthony Black at pick 5. Then I have the Magic taking Cam Whitmore. Where did Cam Whitmore go to college? I can't remember that. Cam Whitmore went to... Where's Cam? Oh, he went to Villanova. Played great at Villanova this year, averaging 16 and 7, and is an amazing scorer, amazing defender, and I think he's another guy in this draft that has a lot of potential. And then at pick 7 for the Indiana Pacers, I think the Indiana Pacers are going to end up drafting Jarace Walker. If you pair Jarace Walker with Miles Turner defensively, those two together are going to be hard to score on defensively. Both guys are great defenders. Jarace Walker and Miles Turner together. It seems like the Pacers aren't going to trade Miles Turner. So those two guys together on the court, it's going to be really hard to score on in the paint against Jarace Walker and Miles Turner. So then pick 8 for the Washington Wizards. I have the Washington Wizards selecting Taylor Hendricks from UCF. Averaged 15.7 points per game this year with 7.2 rebounds per game, power forward / small forward. Really solid potential. I think that's a guy that the Wizards are going to want to draft. And then at 9, the Pistons get the guy that they wanted with pick 9, Ausar Thompson at pick 9. For the Pistons in this scenario, the Jazz want to trade. The Jazz want to trade up at pick 5 for Anthony Black. That's a guy they want with pick 5. And if the Jazz want Anthony Black and the Pistons clearly want to draft Ausar Thompson in this draft, it doesn't make sense for the Pistons to stay at pick 5 if they want Ausar Thompson. Because honestly, if the Pistons aren't at 5, Ausar Thompson's going to fall all the way down to 9, and I got the Pistons taking Ausar Thompson at pick 9. Then I have another trade here. I have the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks making a huge trade. I have the Dallas Mavericks trading for DeAndre Ayton and a second-round pick in this year's draft, and in return sending 3 players and the 10th overall pick to the Phoenix Suns: Maxi Kleber, JaVale McGee, and Josh Green in the 10th overall pick for DeAndre Ayton and a future second-round pick. So in this case, the Suns get to address their depth problem, get rid of DeAndre Ayton, and then for DeAndre Ayton's replacement, they draft Duke center, 7-1 center, Derek Lively, with the 10th overall pick. And then that would be it for the Phoenix Suns getting Derek Lively. It's not a huge, they start to fix their depth problem in this. They fixed their depth problem in this trade because Derek Lively's now the starting center. The starting lineup, they would have a bench now, because off the bench for the Phoenix Suns you would have guys like Josh Green and Maxi Kleber, good defenders as well. JaVale McGee off the bench, so they would have better guys off the bench by making this trade. Also clear a little bit of salary cap as well in this trade for Phoenix, because DeAndre Ayton's contract is bigger than the 3 other players. But this would be a really solid trade for Phoenix. I don't know if Dallas says yes, though. I think they would, because they are really interested in DeAndre Ayton. At pick 11 for the Magic, I have the Magic drafting Grady Dick, amazing three-point shooter. I think he has a lot of potential in this draft. He's a great three-point shooter, like I said, and I think he'll be great for the Magic. And then I have another trade here with the Atlanta Hawks and the Hawks and the Thunder. The Thunder trading out of the lottery, and in return, where's that? I'm trying to look. Oh, here it is. So in return, the Hawks jump into the lottery, and the Thunder end up going out of the lottery. The Hawks get Kenrich Williams, the 12th overall pick 37, and the Thunder get Clint Capella and the 15th overall pick. I don't know if the Hawks say yes to this deal, but the Hawks are looking to move on from Clint Capella, and the Thunder are interested in Clint Capella. So I feel like the Hawks would say yes to this deal. Kenrich Williams is a great defender, a stretch big as well, and the Hawks get to jump into the lottery. And with the 12th overall pick, I have the Hawks selecting I'm gonna try to say this right. Bael Kulabi. Sorry, let me try again. Bael Kulaibali. I know I did not say that right, but he's a small forward who he was international this year. I think. Oh, he was on the same team that Wemby was on. So he played on the same team that Victor Wembanyama was on. And he averaged 16.3 points per game and 6 rebounds per game. Really solid player. I think he has a lot of potential in the NBA as well. And then with the 13th overall pick, I have the Raptors most likely this is the Fred VanVleet replacement, drafting Cason Wallace from Kentucky with the 13th overall pick. And then I have the Pelicans getting a point guard, pick 14. They need a point guard really bad, and I have the Pelicans drafting Kobe Buffkin. And then at 15, I have the Thunder drafting Leonard Miller. Leonard Miller has a lot of potential in this draft as well. I think so. And then at 16, I have the Utah Jazz drafting Keontae George. At 17, I have another trade. I have the Lakers and the Raptors making a trade. I have the Lakers sending Malik Beasley and pick 17 to the Raptors for, in return, Gary Trent Jr. and I have Jordan Hawkins going to the Raptors, and this would be another potential replacement, as he's Gary Trent's position. But Jordan Hawkins is a really solid player. I think he went to Gonzaga. I'm not too sure. I think he went to Gonzaga. Jordan Hawkins. Did he go to Gonzaga? I'm trying to look. I'm not too sure, but I think he went to Gonzaga. Then at 18, I have the Heat drafting Nick Smith Jr., a point guard. At 19, I have the Warriors drafting a 7-foot international center, James Nanjai. At 20, I have the Rockets drafting Keegan Murray's brother, Chris Murray, from Iowa at 20. Then the Nets have back-to-back picks at 21 and 22. I have the Nets drafting I have the Nets drafting Bryce Sensabaugh from Ohio State, and who's a really solid player, averaging around 24 points per game for Ohio State this year. And Jett Howard, a really young player from Michigan, and I like him a lot. And so the Nets would get Jett Howard and Bryce Sensabaugh. And at 23, I have the Blazers drafting Noah Clowney. Has some really solid potential in this draft, as he this year with Alabama averaged 13 and 11. I think he'd be really good for the Blazers off the bench in this potential draft pick. And then I have another trade here. I have the Chicago Bulls trading into the draft. I have a trade that sends Alex Caruso to the Sacramento Kings in return for Richaun Holmes, the 24th overall pick, and the 38th overall pick. So the Sacramento Kings get Alex Caruso on their roster. Would be a great addition for Sacramento. But with the 24th overall pick, I have the Bulls selecting Jalen Hood-Schifino, as the Bulls really need to add in a point guard right now, and this would be the way to do it. And at 25, I have the Grizzlies selecting Dark Whitehead. At 26, I have the Pacers selecting G.G. Jackson, who did really solid this year at, where was he? He was at South Carolina, averaged 17.4 points per game with 7 rebounds per game. Really solid freshman this year for South Carolina. And then at 27, I have the Hornets selecting Maxwell Lewis. At 28, I have the Jazz selecting Marcus Sasser from my Houston Cougars. At 29, I have the who's at pick 29? Pick 29 is the Pacers. At pick 29, I have the Pacers selecting Brandon Bodozemski. And at 30, I have the LA Clippers selecting Colby Jones. So, yeah, that's really it for my mock draft 2.0. You guys have your thoughts on my mock draft 2.0, and I want to see y'all's mock draft as well. I'm excited for the NBA draft this week. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.